Hello, many of you are still pondering whether to purchase a UV system or not. Join me as we examine some of the pros and cons of this system, as well as how it is actually used. First, let's begin with how the UV lamp is used, its advantages and disadvantages, and I will also tell you a thing or two about UV radiation. In this video, I am using a professional lamp. The advantage of a professional lamp is that it brightens your entire eye. As you've seen, you can either light only a small part of the eye or the whole eye. You can set it all yourself. With the basic version, there isn't such an option, where the V lamp only lights up a tiny part. Probably the biggest advantage of the V lamp is that you don't have to deal with humidity and temperature in the salon. The glue just hardens in all conditions, which is a really big plus. For example, I have a salon in an old barracks. It's terribly humid there, which means it was always very challenging for me to find the right adhesive, but now the problem has completely disappeared. Another great advantage is that the glue hardens right away, so you can apply adhesive from lash to lash and they won't stick together, as can be seen in the video. I used to apply adhesive to the lashes and both eyes at once. Here I can apply only to one eye, although it took a while for me to get used to it. Initially I thought I would probably throw it out the window, but now that I am used to it, I am even faster than before. I had a few clients who used to tear up or have their eyes burning from the glue's vapor during application, but now all these issues have stopped. The clients who teared up don't tear up anymore, and nothing burns anymore, so that's definitely a significant plus. I've always tried different alternatives, but nothing worked. The UV lamp has greatly helped me. The procedure is almost the same as with conventional glue, except that you use a foot pedal, and every time you want to set the glue, you press the pedal for 2 to 3 seconds and the glue sets. Otherwise, it's exactly the same. You often ask if removing growths is the same as removing growths with conventional glue. Yes, it's exactly the same. Don't worry about the glue setting so much that the lashes will never come off. It's not like that. It's very simple. These were some of the advantages during application. Now let's see what comes next. Let's look at some advantages after application. These advantages mostly benefit the client. For instance, the lashes can withstand tougher conditions. They don't fall off, even at the seaside when someone goes swimming. They also handle heat well. When I used traditional glue, I never had any problems either. As for most, it didn't fall off extremely, so too. For me, the lashes held up beautifully. But I must say that with UV, a significant advantage is that it can handle the conditions here, such as sea, pool. The lashes just fall off with traditional glue. Another advantage for the client is that she doesn't actually have to wait for 20 to 24 hours after application. She can't get it wet, can't go to the sauna or the sunbed, and so on. All these restrictions don't apply because it bonds and it sets immediately, so you don't have to follow this. My clients have also noticed the difference in the fact that the lashes look a little different with the UV lamp. Especially with the volume technique, they look different. Because the fans remain as airy as they were, they don't seal shut, but they still look pleasing. I forgot to mention one big advantage during the application process, which clients have also appreciated. It's the warmth from the UV lamp. Until now, only a few of my clients would fall asleep, but now I'd say most of them do. This means their eyelashes relax even more, as you can see in the video. An option for clients who are afraid of light lamps or have more sensitive eyes is that you can actually stick tape on the eyelid for more protection. Now let's move on to the drawbacks. I don't have many of them. One of the major drawbacks for me at the beginning was maybe the clear glue, because I was used to black. I would be the happiest person in the world if someone made black UV glue, but now I am also used to the clear one. It might cause some problems for you at first, but you can really get used to everything. What was probably bothering me at the start is that I had to adapt to different gluing techniques, as I mentioned earlier. I used to glue both eyes at the same time, and now I had to get used to doing one eye at a time and gradually. At the beginning it made me slow, so it took me some time to get used to it. For about 20 clients I was much slower, but I got used to it. I didn't want to believe what was written everywhere at first, that it actually saves you 20 minutes of time, but then really when you get used to it, I can confirm that this is how it works. I'm much faster than I was, and I was already fast anyway. The next thing you have to be careful with is never make a micro drop of the glue here like we usually do with classic black glue, not here. When I did it initially like I was used to, it actually did not have time to spread around the natural eyelash, and it dried immediately, which means that there were tiny clear drops. So definitely don't do that. Initially, I also found it a disadvantage that I actually had to work with both my hands and my legs. So before I got used to how to position my foot on the pedal to avoid cramps, it also took me a while, but it definitely helps me to stretch more often. Not only my arms, but my legs too. So that was all about the advantages and drawbacks. I think there are definitely more advantages. The main one is that it keeps the eyelashes on longer, making it easier. It actually makes life easier for the client as well, so I don't think there's anything to be afraid of. However, I know that many people are afraid of the UV lamp. They think it's dangerous. Today, I would like to debunk this myth. A bit about UV light. It's a lamp that emits UV radiation, the invisible radiation that we are exposed to every day in the sun. With long-term exposure, it's harmful, causing skin aging, and that's why we protect ourselves from it with sun creams or glasses. You shouldn't worry about this lamp. When exposed to this light, we receive about half the amount of UV radiation as outside on a normal spring or summer day, and the lamp doesn't constantly shine on you in the salon. So there's really nothing to fear. I've heard a lot of negative opinions about the UV system, that it's dangerous and so on. But honestly, who among you who are against a UV lamp really rigorously protects yourself from the sun? Who wears sunglasses even in winter every time you go out? I'll leave the answer up to each of you. We also have another frequently asked question regarding whether the UV lamp is hypoallergenic, as it's widely advertised. That's not entirely true. UV glue, like classic glue, contains cyanoacrylates. Although slightly fewer, they are still present, so it's certainly not a solution for those with allergies. In 2 of my clients, the allergic reaction was slightly reduced, but it certainly was not eliminated. Even though the UV lamp isn't that dangerous, we should never take it lightly and should always ensure the client's safety. But we also need to ensure our own safety. And with these glasses, when it comes to our eyes, considering our hands being our most important tool, we must protect them as a priority. So it's vital to wear glasses with a protective UV filter. You can include a protective UV filter in prescription glasses or use these plastic glasses. Our eyes aren't exposed to the direct rays of the UV lamp, but to their reflection. It happens on tapes or pads that we use to stick the eyelashes to the clients. And that's why we have to protect our eyes. There are two types of UV lamps available, the basic version and the professional one. Let's see what the differences are. First, we have the basic UV version lamps. It's just a basic lamp without any extras. Here you can see the pedal, then the body of the lamp and the UV bulb. Now we have the professional version of the UV lamp, where you can adjust more. It's on wheels, so it's easier to handle and more stable. Here we can also see the pedal, which is slightly better compared to the basic version. That's because it doesn't make loud noises. And here you can see that we can adjust the intensity of the radiation. And we can also set the size of the circle that will shine on our eye. The great thing about the professional version is that we can move the head so beautifully. I fell in love with this professional lamp more. It just looks better. It's more stable and you can adjust more things there. So run to the website www.lashespro.ca and order one. Let me know which one interests you the most. Perhaps this video helped you decide whether to buy a UV system or not. Have a nice day.